think I weigh, I'll say 286. 287, 286. Hey, do I know my body weight or what? Am I good or what, huh?
What you call it? Slow down, slow down. That's it. Slow down. How do you feel the back? That's it. Good. Go far. Bring it in there. Lean back so far. There you go. Woo. Bring it down there, bring it down. That's it, come on, Paul. Yes.
Shit. Oh, that hurts, Peter. That hurts. Whew. That burns. Whew. Oh.
Got it. Come on, Paul. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. That's it. Squeeze your back, Paul. Use your back. Shoulders back and squeeze. Come on, Paul. Shoulders back and squeeze. Come on, Paul. Pull that shoulders back. Yeah, slow it down. Come on. Feel the back.
Oh man, I tell you, I can't wait for the 21st. Just want to get it on, you know. Can't wait any longer. I'm itching. I'm like scratching and itching, just waiting. Just want to run up on somebody, do a Rambo. I guess the Olympia, you know, epitomized the best of the best. And for me, you know, the Olympia is one of those things that you know, you work so long and so hard that for that one particular day, you know you're hoping that you're gonna be at your best and everything is gonna come together. The Olympia, it's kind of, for me, it's like, you know, the Super Bowl of bodybuilding. You know, so to be considered as one of the favorites going in, you know, it means a lot to me. You know.
It's not gonna bother you that I'm in a bad mood, right?
Hi, Flex. How are you? Fine. Fine. Very good. Hi, Flex. Hi. You remember me?
That was 4, right? That was 4.
3.
That was 3. Yeah.
You stay there.
Wait a long time to get back on stage.
Haven't competed all year. And did a lot of guest appearances, so I've been on stage this year, but big show, the big Super Bowl at the end of the year is what it's all about. Yeah.
Showtime. Showtime. Come on.
Yeah.
Let it go. Come on.
Two more.
Yep. Yep. It's all you. It's all you. Showtime.
Yeah. Oh my God. Unbelievable pump from that. Big old time, baby. Yep. Time.
Come on, showtime. 2, 3, come on. 2.
Olympia is everything. Olympia is the show. It's where the big boys come out and play. A lot of pros haven't made it there yet. Myself, I've been there twice and I played 6 both times, so I know what it's about. Know how to get there. Yep.
Finish your touch.
So last set, up time to jump on the cardio. It's Melvin here, he won the Mr. California this year. You know what they say about Mr. California? They always go pro. You gotta get up. Get up higher, keep going, keep going. Keep going. Get up a little higher. Good. Good workout though. placed, like I said, in the 6th position the last 2 years. I don't talk about Mr. Olympia. Right now, my goal is top 3. And when I say top 3, I mean I'll be in the top 3. If I say Mr. Olympia, I will be Mr. Olympia. So when I start talking that way, just look out.
Let's see, the first difficulty is scheduling. I got to schedule everything right so that I can make it to work on time, get my workout in on time every day, and cook my food. The second difficult thing for me is probably, once I get to work, I'm scheduled to work 8 hours without a break, anything. So I got to try and find a way to get a break the best way that I can, because when you work for the police department, anything is scheduled to happen at any given time. So my second problem is trying to make sure I get a chance to eat, or get some kind of break in there to eat. And the second thing I got to do, well, about the third problem I normally run into, is the stress level. A lot of things that happen on the job can be avoided by a lot of people, but people tend to do things that are not rational because they having problems with this and problem with this, problem with that. So I got to try and keep my stress level down so that I can make it through the day. And the next problem I got to run into is the safety issue, and that you can also put that right along with the stress issue, because you never know, when somebody's just going to try and come up and try and just kill an officer just because he's an officer, he's just wearing a uniform, and not just having anything against him, but just having something against the police department or police officer himself. So you got to be constantly be on your guard for crazy people and people that are not thinking rational, or not in a rational state of mind, because things are just not going the way that they want them to go. So I have to deal with a lot of problems, just trying to make it through the day, as far as just trying to work for the police department. And I think the most important two that I have to deal with is trying to eat and get a break, and trying to keep my stress level down. I think those are the most important two. As long as I could, eat and get a break and keep my stress level down, then everything normally goes pretty well. The day normally goes by pretty good. So those are just some of the problems that I run into. Sometimes, they don't always work out that way.
is.
I might want to put on a tank top, might not want to put on a tank top. It all depends how much of a good pump that I get. We're 2 weeks out right now, 2 weeks out from Olympia, so we'll see how it goes.
Come on. Come on, Kev. Send them all home this year. Come on. Even though I'm 2 weeks out from the Mr. Olympia, I can still self-injure that. Damn, boy, looking pretty strong. Come on. Good chest, baby. You with me? Yeah. Go. Come on. Hey. Come on. Come on, Kevin. Are you saying something? Come on, Kevin. Damn. Light, come on! Come on, Kevin! Don't think about that time. Come on! Come on! Don't you quit!
And you want to know what I could do different if I was Mr. Olympia? I'd give the people what they want. Right? It's like that Nike shot right there, baby. It was all about. All right, let's go.
Come on! Come on, Kevin.
Hey, you wait. Okay. You slammed it like that. No control. You gotta have control.
title, Kevin. Come on.
Michael Jordan. This is Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan gives me a lot of inspiration. Shoot around a little bit, hang out in here, just to relieve a little bit of stress, maybe loosen up before I get into my workouts. Follow me, and over here I'll take it. American flag is something that I look at when I'm training. United States Marine Corps flag. Special equipment that I train on. I got the hammer strength for the flex, for the chest. Equipment is really important. I have every selectalized piece of equipment in here that you could possibly use to hit your body in the best of it. I have flex, I have AFS, I have the AFS dumbbells, I have the Cybec as well. The whole complete hammer strength line, chest and back, and a lot of those angles are very important. AFS stuff is great. The hammer, the Cybec, everything. I got punching bags here too, just in case you get a little frustrated. I don't win the Olympia this year, I'm gonna kick the shit out of that bag. That flag was hanging in the middle of the street, and they climbed up and took it off and gave it down and gave it to me. So just little things like this. It's not a little thing, it's a big thing, because not everyone has a flag like that. Not everyone was at that thing to do it, but I was, representing the sport of bodybuilding. And so it means a lot to me. Poster of Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, Ken Norton, Joe Frazier, and Larry Holmes. These guys were all the best in the world at what they do, and they were all was heavyweight champions at one time and point in their life. And I hang this up because every time, not only me, but members come, and I want to give them something to look at, give them some inspiration. This is my aerobics room, but really this is my posing room. And I have this special floor here and the lights and everything. This is where I come to practice all my poses, not only before show, but all year round. These are all my treadmills and my bikes, Stairmasters, Cybec bikes. One thing is special about me having legging nice things or whatever, doing little extra things, not for myself, but for other people as well, is that these treadmills are the only purple powder coated treadmills in the world. I had these treadmills sent out in powder coated purple, and you'll never see any more like those ever. In fact, when I got them, the company thought that I was crazy because I wanted to have them powder coated purple. But little things like that, it means something to me, and hopefully other people will appreciate it when they see it. This is the kids room, where when the parents come here, they can set the kids, and we have the child care and daycare, and they can play. Got the designs on the wall. We have the worldly design here, so that we can babysit them while they want to work out, while the parents want to work out. Why don't we go get something to eat? These guys make all my food for my shows, everything.
From 3 months out, all I do is come here
Excuse me.
every day, 6 times a day, maybe 5 times a day. Fish, rice, broccoli. Tell him, Bobby.
Yeah, that's right. 6 times a day. Fish, rice, broccoli.
Fish, rice, broccoli. That's all I eat.
That's it.
Take it serious, right?
He's serious about it. That's why he's gonna win it this year.
Dead
right?
serious.
Great.
Can I get you anything else, Kevin?
Jesus Christ.
Can I get you anything?
No, sir.
Okay, in Junior.
Now. Sir, here, you can take this away. How many people you know wash their hands in lemon?
How many?
I wash my hands in lemon. That stuff's already been plucked off.
I think it's almost. Yes, mine is done too.
You done?
Sorry, but you can do whatever you want to do now.
No way.
Yes, sir.
You told me to holler.
That's done.
Yeah.
So now you can have it.
Oh, sure.
Okay, but all yours. Can I have one of
I'd let that go, man.
which one?
Katie.
I love any of them. You've got beautiful pieces, so I can take any of them.
It's pepper. Right?
That's your fourth or fifth meal, Karen.
What?
How many meals you had before that? 4 or 5?
4? Did you do what you had to do today for me? Huh?
What I have to do, sir, I forgot.
Yeah, last night you got up and left me at the table by myself.
I asked you, what did you leave?
Because you left me.
Yeah, I left because I had to make 2 or 3 phone calls, and I came back. You said, Kevin, no. Then why did you
Because you
leave?
left me by myself standing there.
Buddy, you were sitting down there with 2 girls had next to you when you left. When I left.
You got up and went with her.
Buddy, you had 2 of them next to you. Don't tell me that. You got Jill out there and you got Holly out there when I left.
nothing. I want to work for it. I want to work hard for it. And hard work pays off. And I don't mind. I train hard to win. If I don't win, it's nobody's fault but my own. I just have to train and keep coming back. Better and better. It's no one's fault but my own fault. Because if I'm not eating, if I'm not sleeping, I'm doing the right thing, then I won't win. So it's a punishment to myself if I lose. That's what I think about every day, all day. When I wake up and I go to sleep.
It says like 256, but I think I'm like probably more like 51 or 52 in the morning with no clothes on. Right now, it's at the end of the day. You know, I've been eating and up all day and training. And after you eat like 5 or 6 times a day and you drink water all day long, it's like 9:35 at night right now. So it's like maybe 5 pounds that I've gained during the day of just water weight and everything. So it says 256, but I'm not 256. I'd rather be 251. So maybe in the morning time is your true weight. So I'm like 251 pounds. I'm happy with saying I'm 251. Good. At the contest, my goal is to be 200, maybe 245 pounds. Grip, 245. If I can get there, I know I can get there. Because what I do is last week is I'll do a whole week of 1, 2.
Olympia time.
2, 3, 4,
Picked a good day to come film me.
5,
Birthday.
1,
Feeling good.
2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. 1, 2.
Let's do it. So when you see these cheekbones, that means I'm in shape. Wait till you see my glutes. Stupid. Normally I train alone. Probably wondering why I got 2 training partners now. Have you ever watched the mile in the Olympics? I always got one guy that runs out fast. That's the pace. Eventually one of these guys will drop off. We just don't know which one it is. That person we call the rabbit. The other one we call a tiger. He's trying to hang in there. He's hungry. We'll find out who's the rabbit, who's the tiger. We already know who the king is. Let's go.
5, 1.
Every year they want to know what's different this year. What are you going to do different? Well, last year I got 4th. I thought I should have been as high as 2nd. I could have accepted 3rd, but 4th was a slap in the face. Went on a world tour for 2 months. Came back, got ready for the Ironman and the Arnold Classic. Thought I could come in bigger, come in heavier. Doing something that's not characteristic of me. I was trying to please the judges. So I tried to come in bigger. I came in softer, a little more water retentive.
So if anything's different for this year's Mr. Olympia, number one, I'm still pissed about last year's Mr. Olympia. Nothing new there. But I'm going back to what got me to second in the world. And that's just hard training, hard dieting, going by the mirror, not the scale, trying to please myself, not them, be better than my last contest. And I'll tell you what, I've been 5th before, I've been 4th before, I've been 3rd, I've been 2nd. There's nothing of a better incentive than losing. I'm driven to win. So when people keep saying after I get screwed in contest placements, what keeps you going? How do you keep doing it? Why do you keep doing it? And I say, number one, I always can improve. I can always improve. And I'm never satisfied. And I don't even know if winning will quench my thirst for complete perfection, but I do know one thing. I'm not gonna look back on this training and say I took it easy on myself or felt sorry for myself. So I'm putting it all on the line September 21st in Chicago. I have nothing to say. Actions speak louder than words in here. Quiet like a church. Strong here. Well, it's my birthday, September 9th. Everybody knows over the last 8 years, I've spent every one of my birthdays training for the only contest in the world that matters to me most. That's the Mr. Olympia. This contest is the reason why I started bodybuilding. I mean, when I started training, I wanted to one day compete in the biggest contest in the world. When I played football, I wanted to play in the Super Bowl. When I played basketball, I thought I was playing for the NBA Finals. And, you know, whenever I got in a fight at school, I always thought this is the heavyweight championship of the world. This is why I bodybuild, for this one moment in time on September 21st in Chicago. And it seems that every year there's controversy surrounding my placement. One year I'm 2nd in the world by comparison to somebody that's 50 pounds heavier and 5 inches taller. And the next minute I'm getting 4th in the world, 3rd behind, or 3 places behind guys that are just bigger than me. The only criteria for which they place ahead of me is size and size alone. I'm a little bit disillusioned with the judging procedure. I'm sure a lot of the fans are too. I get letters every day and read articles every day about people being frustrated with the current trend in bodybuilding, in that they've gotten away from what bodybuilding is all about. Bodybuilding is about building muscle and size, there's no question, but to the exclusion of symmetry, proportion, definition, presentation, and all the things that they say they judge on isn't fair. And I seem to be coming up short on all scorecards when you take in the other factors besides just enormous mass. Right now in 1996, the flavor of the year is mass. And I think that when you look at the Mr. Olympia contest and you start going down the weights of the bodybuilders, 274 with Jurassic Paul Dillette, 255 with Dorian Yates, 4-time Mr. Olympia, 253 with Kevin Levrone, and 264 with Nasser El Somebody. That all sounds impressive. But when you start breaking it down and analyzing bodybuilding for what it's supposed to be, the shape, the symmetry, the genetics, the balance, the pleasing tone of the skin, the color of the skin, the tie-ins on the muscles, it's really hard for me to understand how some of these guys are winning contests and placing in places that I don't think they deserve. But I know the answer, and I know why. And for that reason, I've become one of the more controversial bodybuilders. People ask me my opinion, and I tell them what I believe or what I think. And in doing so, sometimes I get crucified for it. But I sleep well at nights. My placements sometimes, I think, hurt me because of some things I've said. But if you ask me a question, I tell you the truth. You can like me or hate me. That's not my goal, trying to make friends when I'm on the stage at the Mr. Olympia. My goal is to just do the best that I can do. But when you're penalized with prejudice and bias and politics, it makes it harder and harder every year to get back up on that stage in front of the same judges and put it all on the line. I train just as hard as 4-time Mr. Olympia does, and yet he says I don't respect him. In 1994, he came on stage with a torn bicep and a bloated stomach and a lot of missing detail that Mr. Olympia should have, or what he displayed in '93. And because I went on record and said that a guy that's incomplete with a torn muscle shouldn't be the ideal embodiment of Mr. Olympia. He shouldn't have been Mr. Olympia, and he still won the contest. He thought I was disrespecting him. I wasn't disrespecting Dorian Yates. I said what everybody else wanted to say. I said what everybody else saw. When I said that my friend, my good friend, and sometimes the closest guy I know in bodybuilding, Flex Wheeler, I said he had calf implants. People asked me about Flex's calves when he came on my bodybuilding show, my Flex magazine workout. He said, does Flex Wheeler have fake calves? I saw with my own eyes the night and day difference in Flex Wheeler's calves, and I said, yeah, I believe he has calf implants. That doesn't make him my enemy. That doesn't mean I don't like the guy, but if you ask me my opinion, I say it. If I offended Flex, Flex should have turned it around and took it as a compliment. And he's mature enough to understand what I was saying. I mean, because his calves improved so dramatically that everybody was noticing, not just me. I just happened to be the one that said it. And so when the magazines got wind of this, they tried to make a big ordeal out of it. And people said, how could you do that to your friend? Look, there's rules that all of us as professionals have to live by. And if one guy can break the rules by virtue of politics or a contract or because of a vested interest in his career, then that's not right. If I suffer by the rules, then everybody else that breaks the rules should suffer equally. So when I said Flex Wheeler had calf implants and the IFBB did little or nothing about it and the question was raised, suddenly they tried to make a conflict between me and Flex Wheeler. That wasn't personal. That was an observation that not only myself, but photographers that have shot him over the years, journalists who are more knowledgeable about bodybuilding, and even some judges made the same comments, but mine were the ones that were inflamed to infuriate people and try to make enemies with me and Flex. Me and Flex are good friends. I still believe he has calf implants. That's my opinion. In regards to Dorian Yates saying that I was being disrespectful when he had came in the contest clearly off with a torn bicep and a bloated stomach, I wasn't disrespecting him. I was making an observation that everybody in the audience could see, that we have video footage and photos to back up, and yet he still won the contest. I don't know why he took that personal. He's the first one to tell you he was off, he was incomplete. So that if they're going to reward somebody that comes in off and incomplete with only one arm, then that tells you there's something wrong with the system, not something wrong with me, because I pointed it out. I didn't disrespect Dorian Yates. I don't even know the man. I could care less what Dorian Yates does or his opinion of me. He's taking food off of my table. When I get on that stage, he's the enemy. He's the one I'm trying to knock out. He is the one, supposedly, that the judges are saying is setting the standard. I'm not trying to look like Dorian. I'm trying to look the best that Sean Ray can look, which hopefully in turn will defeat whoever has the title. But when I say what I say about the champion's got to understand that comes with the territory. I'm a challenger. I've never got first place in the Mr. Olympia. So everything that I strive for is to break down what the champion does not have. If the champion does not have a midsection, it's my job to point it out. Obviously, the judges aren't seeing it. If the champion has only one bicep, it's my job as a competitor to say, hey, he has a torn bicep. Does that count for anything? It's my job as a challenger to say, look, the guy's got an enormous back, but what about his shoulders? What about his thigh separation? What about the bloated stomach? I mean, I'm not knocking Dorian. That comes with the territory. If I was a champion, they would be saying that about me. He's short, he's narrow, he's this or he's that. If the champion can't handle being a champion, then maybe he shouldn't be a champion. I'm just trying to point these things that are obvious out to the judges and to the fans that ask me my opinion. Dorian right now has a title, and I'm trying to take it away. So I've got to pay attention to the things that Dorian does not have. It's obvious that he's got great calves and a phenomenal back. After that, I'm not really impressed. I'm not trying to make friends, I'm just telling you how it is. My opinion is that when Flex Wheeler is on, he is Mr. Olympia. Flex Wheeler as a bodybuilder, as a physical specimen, as a person, is perfection when in shape. I'm the first one to say it. I'd be happy to lose to somebody with that kind of genetic gift, with that kind of structure, with that kind of body. I think there's a whole lot of people that would aspire to look like Flex Wheeler when Flex Wheeler is on, than there are people aspiring to look like our current Mr. Olympia. And with the judging going the way that it is, it definitely bodes well in favor of Nasser El Somebody, who by virtue of just size alone is a threat to Dorian. Except that Nasser doesn't have structure, he doesn't have tie-ins, and he doesn't have the detail that someone like a Flex Wheeler or myself has. So I have a problem with that. When you start taking in the big picture, you can start picking some of the guys apart. Same with Jurassic Paul. Paul Dillette's an enormous bodybuilder and a freak of nature. Standing there, he should win the Mr. Olympia. But the contest is more than just standing on stage and dwarfing the competition. Somewhere down the line, you've got to flex those muscles. You've got to be able to display them in a professional manner, in a competitive, combative manner against the guys that are trying to compete for the title. You can't just go up there and stand there and say, that's it, end of show. But it seems that the judges are getting more and more impressed with the guy that walks on stage at almost 300 pounds and stands there and blows their mind than they are with somebody who flexes their muscles, and you can see cross striations in their quadriceps, separation in their triceps, a Christmas tree, intercostals from another planet, symmetry and tie-ins, imposing presentation that's second to none. I mean, that's the completeness of what Mr. Olympia has always represented to me. So if I sound angry or if I sound bitter, I'm not angry and I'm not bitter. Frustrated with the current state and the current judging system they have, yes. That frustration for me turns into power. It fuels each and every one of my workouts. That's why every year, whether I take it on the chin or not, I get up and I come back. And I don't think every year I should be Mr. Olympia, but every year I think I should have the opportunity to be compared with and fight with Mr. Olympia. As it stands now, nobody really gets compared with Mr. Olympia. Mr. Olympia doesn't have to earn his title. All the athletes, and you can take a survey, go into that contest saying they hope they get second place. Why? Because politically, they believe they cannot win the show. Automatically, they're defeated. They can't win the show because the system will not allow for a fair contest. And this is the problem that a lot of the bodybuilders have.
Hit it anyway? Yeah. All right. You push it up there.
Right there, you've got fingers everywhere.
Separator right there.
Right there, that's beautiful. Perfect.
Looks good.
We make umbrellas like that.
Boom. Ready. Yeah. That's all.
Beautiful.
I'm telling you, for being a week and a half out, I never felt like I was already ready. I always felt there was some small adjustments I needed to do. But right now, confidence-wise, I don't think any of the big guys are as hard or separated as I am. So with a week and a half to go, all things being equal, I'll be better than I am now. So I just hope I get judged fairly. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, it doesn't matter. As long as they judge me fairly, I'll feel like I did my job. I didn't diet now for 9 months, and every time when I start my diet, it's at the beginning pretty easy, the first 2-3 weeks, but then I think, my God, was it as hard last year as it's now? So I think always it's getting tougher and tougher, but I think you forget just how tough it was, and it's hard to keep the discipline. But you know, and after the contest, you think you can eat for weeks, but then you eat 1 or 2 days and everything is just normal. This is the strange thing on the diet. And the next strange thing is you eat always the same. I was eating today about 5 or 6 times only chicken with broccoli, chicken with zucchini. It's not only that you lower your calories, it's also that it's boring to diet all the time. It's no fun, but if you put everything together, it increases your chances of placing better. So I hope that all Mr. Olympia competitors eat a lot of cheesecake, a lot of French fries, and also a lot of hamburgers like special friends of mine. And please, in front of the show and not afterwards. I would really appreciate this. You know, Mitz, I actually didn't want to take my clothes off, but because I like you, you know, I did it. I never ever took my clothes off in any gym. This was the first time that I did this in a gym, and you are really the first person for whom I did this. I did this for a photo shoot, but not a kind of posing stuff, you know. So you are the very first guy, and you can write this down, for whom I took the clothes off until almost the underwear, you know. And you know, and I said to myself, no, if Mitz comes, and I said this also to Bistra, if Mitz comes, I won't take my clothes off, because I don't like that people watch me, you know. And it's not because of you, but because of people, you know, they stare and look, and I don't belong to these people who feel comfortable when everybody's staring. But nevertheless, I like you, and I did this, you know. trained my back this week the third time. Today's Friday, 1 week out of the Olympia, you know. 7 days out of the Olympia 96. Trained last week, Saturday my back, and I had a photo shoot Saturday morning with Chris Land. So in the evening I trained back. I trained Tuesday back. Today's Friday I'm training again back. So I trained the last year since 95 Olympia my back twice, 2 to 4 times a week, and I'm doing a lot of reps, then sometimes a lot of different exercises, different machines. I'm actually doing every exercise for my back which is on the market, let's say, which is available in the gym. I think my back improved. One of the reasons why my back wasn't as developed as the rest of the body is that I probably avoided the kind of pain, because every muscle has a different pain. If you train calves, it's hurt differently. If you train, for example, chest, it's also a different kind of muscle pain. And I had a lot of training partners, but nobody really told me how to train my back. Some other people have from nature on a better feeling for back, so they are making better in ESA developments, and I never really had the feeling in the last couple of years. Slowly I got it. I think this year I really have it, and so I'm still positive, and I think also that I made really continuing progress in the last year. Not only my back development, also I think everything developed. I'm heavier, I'm rounder, I'm fuller, and so until now I'm pretty happy until now. So we'll see next weekend how my back development is. Definitely I think everybody will watch out for my back, all competitors, all spectators, all judges, and all fans. So hopefully I can show my results, which I definitely did in the last 12 months for each body part. Okay. I think there should be enough, huh? See what's on my t-shirt. This looking good? No, mates, let's go to my house. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And thank you also to Mitch, one of my best friends.
Yeah, I feel it's ringing the bell. It's really good.
Well, basically last year I was still recuperating from injuries from the previous year. It was severe bicep injury, a shoulder injury, and they were still giving me some trouble for most part of last year, so I didn't get a full year's training in last year, although I was very pleased with the condition that I came in, improvements in symmetry and so on. Whereas this year I've had no really serious injury problems, so I've had a whole year to train for the contest. So I'm definitely looking to be improved on last year. Hopefully the same condition, probably 3 or 4 pounds heavier, quality muscle in all the right places, which is going to make a big difference to the overall appearance. So I'm pretty happy with the way things have gone this year. For me, if anything, the drug testing as far as the diuretics going is an advantage, because the way I prepare for a contest is always been to be basically ready for the contest from around 2 weeks out. I come to train usually at Bev Francis's Gold's Gym in New York, and everybody can tell you when I come in 2 weeks before the Olympia, I'm basically the same shape and around the same weight that I would be on the day of the contest, so I never had to take any extreme measures to try and drop weight, drop water weight at the last minute. So if anything, the whole testing thing is something in my favour, to my advantage. Well, my goal is not to put on, 10 or 15 pounds of mass. I think that's not a realistic goal now. The days of doing that are gone by. Now I'm just hoping to make small improvements, perhaps a little bit heavier, a little bit improved in one area or another area, or better condition, so on. I think it's a mistake at this point to try and put on 10, 15 pounds. I think that's going to, if you try and put on 10, 15 pounds at this stage, it's not going to be quality muscle, and that's not going to enhance your appearance. Whereas if 2 or 3 pounds of quality muscle in all the right places is going to make a dramatic difference. So everybody's, chasing the numbers game, trying to get bigger and trying to get heavier, because they think that's why Dorian Yates wins. And I've always said that's just, size and body weight and so on is just one of the factors. It's a complete package that wins the show. So you've got to have size, yes, that's very important, but you also got to have condition. You've got to have proportion throughout the different muscle groups and so on. So people should be thinking about that rather than solely just coming in bigger. And as far as the body weights, I think sometimes it's a little bit exaggerated anyway. A lot of people seem to be, all of a sudden coming at 260 or 270, and they don't look a lot different from a few years ago when they were claiming to be only 240. So I think sometimes the body weights are exaggerated, and I don't really get caught up in that. Yeah, I'd like to thank all the fans for their support throughout the years. I get a tremendous amount of mail, and what's satisfying to me is that people write to me and they've read about me in muscle fitness and flex and things like that, and how I've built myself up and how I've become a champion, and it's inspired them to to improve their lives. Not necessarily for them to be a champion, but for them to improve their lives and their outlook and so on, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate all the support of the fans, and hopefully you're not going to be disappointed. Every year I try to beat the Dorian Yates of last year, that's my goal, and hopefully this year's model of Dorian Yates will be even better than last year.
Man, I tell you. All right. 2 hours, 3 hours before Mr. Olympia, I'm up here. I can't even.
Here
we go. You ready?
Yep.
Wow. Put me in the strongman contest.
Hello, my friend. Hello. I just called to let you know I think about you every night, and I know it's late, but I couldn't wait. Hello. Knows that I can do the flips, but only me. That's it. So I have to save it for the Olympia, just in case I have to pull this trick out of the bag, and then people go crazy. So they don't know the real Kevin Laverne, what he's capable of. But I have to hold it back because they're not ready for it yet. That's about the flips. Don't tell them.
Okay. See, now it's 0, 0. Okay, step now on the scale. To 87.5 after the workout. I step once again down. I just see that everything is okay, you know. Okay, once again. There is no fake scale. To 87.5. Okay. But I will go for down, for sure, still 10 or 15 pounds down.
I'd feel more comfortable if you leave.
Okay, so how you guys get like?
I don't ask
friends?
questions like that. Just
What? No.
is that thing on?
Yeah, I
No, ask normal questions.
It's a normal question.
Yeah,
it's a normal question. Like, we
He
want
came
to
here.
know.
He came here to guest pose. We became friends, and
Please speak to it, yes.
he came here to guest pose. Him and Debbie came, and Bev and I were at the show, and you know, we just went out to dinner. We started talking, and we just became very good friends.
This is my son Barkley. He is 18 months old, but he has no loyalty. He's a traitor to his race. Everybody's his best friend, but he's my son, and I love him. Say hello. Put his hair in a ponytail. Can make him an Oriental dog. Let's see, I can make him a mean dog, mean Jamin.
Straight protein and carbohydrate.
I'm ready for you.